Welcome back to the Shire. It's April. What's happening at Hobbit Racing Park? Well, I'll tell you, it's been a month of a little bit of slowness around here. There's been some illnesses and I don't know, maybe it's just the springtime illnesses or maybe it's the pollen, but we've got a few things going on around here to show you. There's a few exciting things, like I said. Number one, I'm getting so into, I still haven't even gotten my long form content out there on my white kit that I did here of my C7. So I'm kind of cheating the system and showing you the end result. But I'll tell you something, I'm getting, since then, just so in tune with tire decals, and I'm finding a way to put them on there in a way that preserves them, short of obviously bumping and, into other cars out there on the track and rubbing his racing. But super thrilled about that right here. Just, decaldoc right there, or decaldoc, depending on what you'd like to say. Just a really, really amazing stuff here. And, whether it's for modeling or whether you're doing it for slot cars or whatever, and they do way more than this, but I mean, I just grabbed like one of everything, right? There's your WHAHR mediums, there's Pilot Sports before they did the compounding of them. That was earlier in the 2000 teens, a regular Michelin from the 2000 teens, a Pirelli P0. You can start going further back. I can do some NASCAR with some Goodyear Eagle, and do some Dunlop, so I can do some 80s and 90s stuff, even some Firestone from the 70s. So just really, really exciting. I'll leave that up on the screen for just a second. If it catches it, you might even be able to QR code that from the video. So I'm so thrilled with the way that stuff comes out. I mean, I've tried to make a little video about it. It's hard because I'm using my magnifying glass and I'm not sophisticated enough to film through a magnifying glass. But, what I can tell you is that, it just comes out so well. Try and just really, really love the way that it's coming out. I'm trying to go period true. This was 2012, for example. They weren't full sidewalling it with colors and everything like that. That's the older Michelin logo. What else is going on? Oh, listen, again, there's hobby level cars out there, and there's cars that we want to make hobby level. And then there's our regular brands that someone might call a toy brand car. So I bought my first Carrera car. I bought my first Carrera because I had to have this livery. I love this car, and I'm going to do some things with it, but I love it. And yeah, the M4 is a beautiful thing. And I don't know, you guys can put some comments out there. To me, having my first new Carrera car, and it's got a lot of bells and whistles and a lot of infrastructure inside of it that makes it extraordinarily heavy. It's not something that I bought to necessarily turn into a competitive car at Hobbit Racing. I could use it in the GT Open form. It's just such a detailed car. It just looks gorgeous. I love that it's even got Gran Turismo on the windshield there now because of how they rotated the sponsorship, I think, because, Blancpain went out, and then, Amazon came in, and it should say Fanatec, but then I guess now it says Gran Turismo for whatever reason. But at any event, it's just a beautiful car. That being said, it appears to me that Carrera cars are maybe 1/28 scale. Not really sure Carrera cars are 1/24 or 1/24. I'll be all right. Are 1/32 scale. Clearly, Carrera makes 1/24 scale cars, but at the same time as that, I finally have tuned. I don't think I did hang on. I don't think I did any long form content on this beauty right here, the Scale Auto M8, with some beautiful Pilot Sports on the back of that car. And what I mean by that is, just from a comparison standpoint of a hobby level competition car, it's not beyond hobby level. Again, it's not to knock, it's just to show you from a comparison standpoint if anybody's really interested. That's a M8 next to an M4. The Carrera is bigger and bulkier than the M8. Now, you know, listen, I'm not a huge BMW guy. I like the way these two cars look. They're beautiful. I don't know. Maybe the M4 is a taller variant these days, but I'm pretty sure that at the end of the day, I love both of them. So you can tell me what you think about it. And yeah, there's a place in our hobby for all of our manufacturers, all of our distributors, all of our retailers, you know, and parts alike. So, you know, but I just wanted to give everybody a comparative look at that. And this car is scalding hot. MX-16, class compliant for GT high performance, Posca pen all over it, for the getting rid of that gray of the medium chassis. And you know, these cars are just so easy to tune. I did not put any spring suspension in it, but just a fantastic car. I mean, already easily, you know, top of the pile GT high performance stuff comparative to my slotted 911 GT1. Oh no, down goes a grabber. My Scale Auto Vet, my C7 Vet, just gorgeous, gorgeous car. When the black number 20 comes out, that'll be headed in my collection as well. Can't say enough about the Scale Auto cars these days. But then again, something just grabbed my attention. And, you know, at the end of the day, sure, is this a $90 car and that's a $35 car? Of course it is, but there's nothing wrong with that $35 car if you know what you're getting into versus if you know what you're getting into with that car. And so I had to have it and I bought it. I had no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing with this car. It's nothing that I'm familiar with. And I'm sure I'll put a Carrera adapter from CG on there and put a guide on there that I want to, and try and run that in GT High Performance, or GT High Performance, in GT Open, which is what we do at Hobbit Racing when we take all the other GT classes of cars that don't have motor pods and we run them together with an 18,000 RPM motor. And I'm sure that there's fun for both of those BMWs there, regardless of the fact that the BMW in the back is an M8 and somehow is surprisingly smaller than the one up front is an M4. What else is happening here these days? Oh, the forest was completed. I think we talked about that last time. I feel like I talked about that last time, but I still get a kick out of it because I have very little places for scenery. So 41 to 44 forest came together. Still a work in progress, but the forest floor itself and the trees are beautiful. I think, like I said, we're pretty buttoned up around here. I don't have a lot of ongoing projects. I just talked about the SRC right there, slowly making my way through the SRC build and really kind of mapping out what that car is going to look like. Again, just that's a model kit. It's a model kit that happens to be a slot car. It's not a slot car that happens to be a model kit from a white kit perspective. And then next in line, where I think I will go ahead and do a tuning video, will be the Castrol number 30 Scale Auto. I guess we're calling it a Honda NSX because there's something going on between what can be allowed for Honda and what can be allowed for Acura. I heard something strange about that the other day in WEC, where the Acura that's running in IMSA can't be called an Acura when it goes to run in WEC and FIA for whatever, in the WEC versus being running in the IMSA. But yeah, we're getting excited. We got a race coming up in a couple months. Got a little track repair. Oh yeah, there you go. There's something new. I just was tired of it. I was tired of what was happening, and I just felt like this needed to be addressed. And I'm a woodworker by trade, so you know, nothing here about this is overly concerning. I just needed to bring it down to a point where now it's lower than the level of the surface, and now I can come back in with my wood putty, and I can actually form that flat surface. I just was not really happy with what was happening in this particular spot. It just became higher than all the other places, especially on this side. So just a little bit of track repair right there. Yeah, I think that's about it right now. So thanks for checking in with me at Hobbit Racing. And Hobbit Racing Park is, oh, I got one more thing probably really coming together, and I need to commission some figures so we can get Frodo's place done. All of the exterior walls to Frodo's place, and and the inside is done, and we've got our checkered floor for all of the booths and the bar top and everything. And then we've got our window here. We got another window coming in there. But I got to put some figures inside of there and get some lights going inside of that. It's going to be a fun little restaurant, Eat at Frodo's. So yeah, a new Carrera car, lots of tire decals. I can't stop looking at that car. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I cannot stop looking at that with those Michelins on there. So there you go. Thanks for joining me. And if you like this kind of content, if you're into this sort of thing and you love listening to all of us talk about slot cars, well then, hey, join me at Hobbit Racing. Take care.
If you don't subscribe to Hobbit Racing, I'll poke you with my staff. Pokey, pokey, pokey.
She will poke you with her staff.
Poke!